work on that grip steer. Coming down too far on the grip edge. There. That's better. Better hand position. Alright, so it looks like I'm relatively close when I make a good shot and I'm in the right spot with the right crawl, with the grip steer being fine. So I'm just going to leave it here. I'm going to narrow down my crawl, get that really figured out. I'm going to leave it here and shoot a 30 arrow round starting this next end. It looks like those two that I shot in the middle were right on the money as far as the crawl is going, so I'm just going to start right here. Alright, so I have never scored a 30 arrow round with my bare bow at 20 yards here. I actually never scored a round at all with a bare bow. The target face I'm using is not a standard target face. It is, I think, an arrow mat, is what the company is. It's actually like it's like a mouse pad, basically, that's oversized and has a target printed on it. They last a lot longer. There's a lot of shots in that target face, and it's still lasting quite a while. But they're definitely not regulation size. The one that my wife's been using is kind of ovaled. It's a little taller top and bottom than it is wide. Mine seems a little bit undersized, so I don't know the actual score. The lines pull, all sorts of stuff. So it's not like an accurate representation of an actual score, but it'll give me an idea as to where I'm at, and it'll be fun to shoot a score for the very first time, and even better because it's on camera. I'll just shoot 3 arrow ends. I've got 4 arrows built up that are fletched, so I'll just do 3 arrow ends. Alright, looks like maybe 3 9s or something to start. Yep, it was 3 9s, so 27. Different little hand torque in that one, so I get those less every so often. I don't know if it's string alignment or torque or I don't know. Alright, so that was a 25 988. Really need permanent knocking points on. I feel like they keep walking. The gap keeps opening up. Who knows? Definitely think that I'm not going to use halo as my center serving if I'm going to do any string walking. The tab just slides on it too easily, so I might go to poly grip or 62XS or something like that with a little bit more grip to it. The halo's great for recurve, but for crawling, I don't know. What do you guys use? What do you think the most popular center serving is for bare bow archers that are string walking? Just not sure that halo's the best one. Super slip. Keep my bow from rising on me like that. So I went in maybe an eighth of a turn at the very most on the bottom of the bolt. So it's not a huge tiller change, but it should help in the field. Don't know what it's going to do to my crawl. Hopefully it's really close to the same. That's a lot better. couple ends like that, I might back the tiller down a little bit more than that too, because it still has got a little bounce to it. That one was not good. A little quick, too quick for what I was hoping for. I'm still playing with the finger position on the grip, and it's just, I can't get it in a consistent spot, and my fingernail is definitely longer on the part that is touching the grip, because when I'm doing the grips here, it's like almost the corner like this. It's not in the center. If it was in the center, it'd be good. I just got to shorten that nail a little bit in that area so it comes off a little more consistent. I might need to work this edge a little bit as well and kind of just clean it up. Hit it with some really, really fine sandpaper or something like that. Just kind of, I don't know, clean it up a little bit. It's the main struggle right now. That's 2 ends left. Let's see if I could break the good and bad end cycle. I think part of the reason, potentially, that I keep hitting high is I bet you right when I lift, because of recurve habit, I lift more with my hand. This hand just a little bit, the draw hand, and I think I slip up just a tiny little bit on the string. At least that's kind of what I'm feeling. So that one I really tried to have more pre-draw, more tension on the string at brace height to keep my hand in the same place as I lifted. Although that does change the draw cycle a little bit and the whole feel of the shot. Definitely a lot more tension built up that way. So I think I'm definitely going to see if I've got some poly grip, power grip, or whatever it's called, or 62XS in the right size so I can serve up serving like that. And I think that'll help cure and fix a lot of that type of issue and make it go away.
Seorang pengusaha mengetahui bahwa dalam bisnis, keputusan apapun harus disengaja. Setiap langkah harus satu langkah ke depan. Kemampuan untuk memprediksi ke depan jelas merupakan keuntungan pasti. Dan diraih oleh mereka yang tidak takut untuk mencoba sesuatu yang baru. Dengan platform trading Binomo, Anda bisa membuka peluang-peluang keuangan baru untuk diri Anda sendiri. Hanya Anda yang bisa mengendalikan kesuksesan Anda. Binomo, langkah-langkah Anda ke depan.
Last end to round out the 30 arrows for score. For those of you that are new here, my name is Jake Kaminsky. I am I'm going to give you 4 important details when it comes to aiming your recurve bow. For those of you that are new here, my name is Jake Kaminsky. I am a 2-time Olympic silver medalist in the sport of archery, and I have a whole lot of experience when it comes to shooting recurve bows, I shot full-time for over 12 years as a professional archer, and now I am assembling a bunch of videos on YouTube explaining to you my experience and sharing my knowledge when it comes to basically everything to do with a recurve bow, from tuning to form, and as well as some physical training as well. So if you haven't by now, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified every time a new video is uploaded. I would also like to take time to thank my Patreon supporters. Thank you specifically to them because they are supporting me. They are giving me the ability to put more of this content out. And so if you're interested in becoming a Patreon supporter, there will be a link in the description below, as well as I will put a card at the top up here. Okay, the first thing when it comes to aiming a recurve bow is that you need to focus on the target. I have many people in the beginning stages of their archery experience have asked me questions about, or complained to me about, problems of they can only see their sight pin or they can only see their target, depending on which one they're focusing on. So I will ask them, well, are you looking at one thing or the other? And they almost always will say, like, say if they can't see the target, they're looking at their sight pin and they're not looking at the actual target. And this can be a bit confusing, but the best way to think about it is you need to look at what you want to hit. Your eyes should stay focused on where you are trying to make your arrow go, and then let your body, let your sight float independent of where you want that arrow to go, as long as you're continuing to focus on hitting here and letting your subconscious take over your aiming pattern. So a big mistake that people will do is they focus on where the sight pin is, and then they start panicking anytime it is not in the middle. Or they wait until that sight pin touches somewhere near the center and then they fire right away. So it is best to aim at the target, aim in the center with your eyes, and look where you want the arrow to go, and then try to push the arrow that direction with the tension and direction that I've covered in another video. I'll put a link to in the description of where you can find the tension and direction video. So that leads me to my second point of you should use eye focus to aim. So this is something that Coach Lee always has said, is that use more eye focus. And we'd hear that very often on the range while we were trying to learn his method and shooting with him full time. So the way we aim is with our eyes. I kind of said it in the step before. Aiming with your eyes is really simple. All you're doing is looking where you want the arrow to go, okay? But you can take that to the next step and try to push the arrow to that direction.